Alright guys, before I start this video, I'd like to say if you guys are not following me on Twitter, please do at InZachWeTrust. The reason why I'm plugging my Twitter is because I do way more on there. You get my live reactions or thoughts and stuff as they happen, like on Raws or pay-per-views, or I'm watching DVDs like this one for instance. And I react to stuff that happens, like this tragedy that happened this past Tuesday evening with Paul Bearer. May he rest in peace. So it's a lot easier. You get my live everything, and just it's easier to be on there than on YouTube. So if you're not following me on Twitter, please do. And now on to the actual part of the video. This will be a DVD review of the Marine Homefront, or the Marine 3 Homefront, I should say. Um, I usually don't do DVD reviews for movies, but I decided why not, because I know a lot of people probably aren't checking this out because they're like, well, it's a WWE movie that went direct to DVD. That means the movie's gonna suck. There's no reason to watch it. Blah 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 blah. Which I just want to give my just my thoughts on the movie overall and everything. So on the cover here, you got the Marine 3, starring Mike the Mizanin. I got a picture of him with a gun. Weird cover. I mean, it's a cover I like, but then I'm like, it's kind of weird because just the way he looks right there is kind of like, okay, he looks like he doesn't care, but whatever. Got an explosion back there. Uh, got the side, the Marine 3 Homefront with the Miz on the cover, or the sideline right there as well. Back cover, you got him all bloodied up and everything. You got the little description right there. Some pictures of the movie, blah 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 blah. Special features, rated R, and all that good stuff. And by the way, if the quality is not the best, I'm pretty sure it won't really. It looks fine on here. I'm using the new YouTube Capture app or feature on the iPod. So it says it's gonna upload in 720p. So hopefully it turns out that way. If it doesn't, oh well. But on here, what I'm looking at right now, the screen looks fine. But end of the video. The Marine 3 Homefront. I thought this movie was good. It honestly had a lot of similarities to the first and second one. I honestly felt like this one, the way everything went about, the way how the Miz character is introduced, the way the villains are introduced, the way everything happened, how everything progressed was very similar to the first one. But the action in this movie was just so much like the second one. It really felt like they put the first two together and just went with it, in my honest opinion. It really had a lot of similarities to that one. But to summarize this movie up, it was good. I honestly enjoyed it. I thought The Miz did really good for his first performance here in a movie, and I'd definitely like to see more from him. This movie, just to quickly summarize it, obviously he's the hero, he's the Marine coming back home. The movie starts out with a nice intro. It actually has some footage of actual Marine training, so that's something I really liked about the beginning of this movie. But he just comes home for 2 weeks, and his parents are gone or they passed away, and he has two younger sisters. I'm not sure if both his sisters are younger. I know the one that gets kidnapped is his younger sister, but he didn't really specify about the other sister that I remember of. But and he comes home, he acts as the overprotective young brother, or the older brother, I should say, where he wants to know what his sisters are doing, how they're doing in life, what they're, basically all up in their business, which, gets on their nerves because, it's overprotective, whatnot. And, the heel, I should say, in this movie, Neal Mcdonough, he has a complicated last name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He's kind of the villain in this movie where he seems like a nice guy. He's just doing it. He doesn't want to do it, but he has to do it. And at the end, you kind of feel sad for what happens with him. But he's introduced. They specified him as a terrorist. They didn't really say he's a terrorist in this movie, like in interviews. And when Miz talked about this movie, he declared him as a terrorist. But I didn't really get that vibe. I got the vibe that his character was basically he's that guy that he's trying to get something across, but no one's paying attention to him. No one's hearing. He's basically the boy who cried wolf, and no one's listening to him. And he goes to desperate measures to make sure people hear him. And he hates the way how rich people, are undeserving, like basically reality stars, like people off the Jersey Shore, who make millions of dollars basically doing nothing. He basically hates that. He's all about the working person, basically. And that's his point, trying to get across that, people should be earning and deserving of being rich, not just being handed because, oh, they're a celebrity and whatnot. So that was his whole point across this whole time. And I mean, he does have that terrorist thing. He did plant a bomb in the movie where he was gonna blow something up. I forgot what he was gonna blow up, but he was gonna blow up something in Seattle because this movie took place in Washington. And Mrs. girlfriend, or not his girlfriend, his sister, sorry. She has a boyfriend who Miz doesn't approve of, and the entire time he's trying to adjust to normal life. He gets in a fight at the bar, he gets arrested. He's basically living the Marine life in actual reality, which is no, he's supposed to act like a normal person. He's trying to adjust to that. Same thing with Cena's problem in the first one. He couldn't really adapt to the normal life of being a normal person, and that was kind of Miz's problem here. And the whole action was, Miz had a lot of actions which I really liked. This is a great action movie in my opinion. And Miz's sister gets kidnapped when her and her boyfriend are out in a junkyard, just trying to be by themselves, trying to be alone. She gets kidnapped along with him, and Miz finds out through his other sister because the sister was getting kidnapped. Called her sister before she got kidnapped. Told Miz. Miz runs out in the freaking junkyard with a shotgun, basically looking for him. And his sister's held captive. The FBI gets involved. Miz has to work with them, kind of like Cena did with in the first one. He worked with them, but of course, Cena and the FBI in that movie didn't see eye to eye, which was the case here. Miz and the FBI didn't see eye to eye, so Miz did his own thing. Miz basically trying to get his sister. His sister's getting moved around, so every time Miz got there, she'd be gone. He had to, keep continuing to search for her, and it was an enjoyable, searchful action movie. I thought it was a good one. Uh, it was short. I thought it was only an hour 20 minutes long. Should have got more time. I sound like a mark talking about a match. Should have got more time, but it was a good action movie. I enjoyed it. The ending, of course, Miz honestly didn't have his character didn't have a lot of interaction with the main villain. They didn't even do anything towards the end, and they didn't even have a big fight scene. Miz just shot him point blank, which that's the reason why I kind of feel bad for him because the entire time when Miz's sister and her boyfriend was held captive, everyone wanted to kill him except for the main villain, the leader, because he was a nice guy. He was a nice villain that didn't want to do what he had to do. So he kind of felt bad for him when he died at the end, but I guess it had to be one or the other, and he did try to blow an area up, so it's kind of like, well, he kind of deserved it. But it was a good action movie, I thought. Like I said, Miz did a good performance, I thought. Just overall, a good movie, I honestly thought. And yeah, I know this review was, I don't know what to think of the review. You guys tell me what you guys thought about this. Go watch the movie. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying that because I'm Miz fan, but it was a great action movie. This honestly is probably the best Marine movie of all three of them. So definitely check it out. And just because it's a WWE movie going directly to DVD, don't assume it's bad. That's what everyone does. Check it out before you really judge it. So yeah, that's it for the review, guys, and thank you for watching.